What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Gabriel Show. So I'm actually right now in my son's nursery. You guys know, right? I like to just sit in my son's nursery and this is my place of peace, okay? I like to lock in and just have a mastermind plan of what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do certain things. And so I wanted to just come here today and just give you guys an idea of how I budget my money, okay? I'm not going to show you my paychecks, okay? But I want to give you guys an idea of my recession budget. Because for me, besides my actual Bible, my budget is my Bible. Okay, I just live by it. And every paycheck, you guys see me, we grinding, we working really hard, but I don't really show you guys, give you guys an idea of how I budget my money. But I wanted this video to help somebody just so they know, okay, this is what Fritz is doing, so I should do this too. And this is what's going to help you be successful, okay? Just by sticking to a budget, that's the main thing. Any millionaire will tell you that. You got to live by a budget, live below your means, and tell your money what to do, okay? When you get paid, a lot of people, they don't even know where their money went. By the end of the year, you made so much money a year, probably 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year, you don't know what happened, all right? You blew the bag. So a budget is very important. So this is why I want to show you guys an idea of my budget, right? I'm not giving you guys the exact numbers, right? We ain't stupid, but I think this is going to be very educational, okay? So this is one thing I know. We can't control what happens in the White House, okay? But we could control what happened in our house, all right? I can't control the tariffs. I can't control the stock market. When the balances go up and down, you wake up, I don't know, we could wake up tomorrow, okay, and our 401k could be even worse, right? That's not in our control. No, if anyone's telling you they can control it, they're lying. You know what I mean? Maybe Donald Trump can, because he could say something that can make it go up. He could say something that can make it go down. So he's the closest person who could control the stock market. But besides us, people like me and you, we can't do it. So why do I say this? Okay. In the beginning of the year, I made a video talking about why I'm not investing anymore in 2025. Well, that was a lie. I'm still investing, okay? Because really quickly, guys, I think you should just do both. If you have enough money, if you make enough, just do both. Invest and pay off the mortgage. You know what I mean? Because there's this great debate in the financial world. Should you pay off your mortgage or should you just invest? Just do both if you have the ability to. Because you know what? Like, in these times of uncertainty, right? I'm telling you, having a paid off mortgage feels really nice. There's people in the comments, guys. If you listen, comment below if you guys are completely debt free. I'm talking about have no mortgage debt, right? Tell me, how do you feel in these times? It must feel nice. And I'm not just saying that like that, but it must feel nice, right? To get your paycheck from the job, and after that, everybody has uncertainty because they don't know. They don't know if they're gonna get kicked out. They don't know if they're gonna get bankrupt. But one thing you know for sure is you have somewhere you can call home, right? You don't have to worry. Look, I'm in my son's nursery right now. I'm stressing out because who knows? These banks could collapse. A lot of crazy things could happen. But at the end of the day, if you have the deed to your crib, they can't kick you out your home, right? So during times like these and recessions and there's all this uncertainty, you sleep pretty good at night, right? And honestly, I feel like I want to make this video because I want this to open people's eyes because they don't even know that this is an option. They don't think it's possible, especially for somebody who looks like me. So this is why I'm showing you guys my journey. You see that? I gotta represent Haiti. You feel me? I gotta represent Haiti. So I'm doing this to inspire somebody out there who don't think they could do this. It's possible. So let me show you guys the remaining balance I have left on my mortgage, okay? About $113,000 left, okay? We started this year with a balance of $128,000, guys, all right? I could control the amount of shifts I work, right? I can control my efforts. I can control not spending money, not blowing the bag on vacations, you feel me? I can control making these sacrifices and throwing more money into the principal of my balance. That's something I can control. But I can't control what the White House do. I can't control the tariffs he's implementing or all these things. I can't. But that's the one thing we can control, guys. That number. What is your balance on your mortgage, right? What's your principal balance? If you still have a job, guys, this is something you need to take serious. Why are we waiting 30 years, right? Tomorrow's not promised. And especially in times of uncertainty like this, it hits different. It hits different. It must feel so good to just be like, man, I don't know what y'all going through, but all I know is everything's for sale, right? It's basically Black Friday for people right now who has no mortgage because they get paid and they just gimme, gimme, gimme. And guess what? When the market rebounds, they're going to get so freaking rich. So this is why I'm stressing out becoming consumer debt free and then following the steps to becoming completely debt free so that this way you can capitalize on moments like these, right? Because you're just putting yourself in the position to win. Okay? I'm stressing this out, and this is just a little bit of a motivational speech before I get into my budget, but let me get into my budget really quickly. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do, okay? So first line item you see here, I'm going to put it up right here so you guys can see. So you guys see my bi-weekly expenses, about $1,500 bi-weekly. So if you times that by 2, in a month, I need about $3,000 to survive, all right? Now, for me, that's pretty good because this consists of everything. My mortgage, my HOA, my car insurance, my utilities, every single thing is within that $1,500, okay? So I basically added up all my expenses, right? That's how I did that number right there. Whatever your expenses are in a month, guys, add it all up and divide it by 2. And that's how I got that $1,500, okay? And the reason how I got my expenses to be so low is because I got rid of all my debt, right? All the consumer debt. So this is why I'm stressing out to you guys about getting rid of your consumer debt, because then you have total control of your greatest wealth building tool, your income, right? What you make at the job, whenever you get paid, you get to tell your money what to do. So that's my bi-weekly expenses. The first line item there, that's how I got that number. And guys, I want this to be, look, do the same thing with yours. Take out your budget and just compare, right? Let's see if what we're doing, right? Let's just see if we're on track with each other. Let me know if there's something I could add or if I could change, whatever. I'll just comment it below and I'll see. All right, so the next line item you see here is my wife. She gets $1,000 bi-weekly. Within that $1,000, she buys groceries. She does what she has to do within the house. She gets her nails done, get her wax done, all that, right? She don't need much because, you know, a lot is covered already with the bi-weekly expenses. So yeah, that's like her play money, you know, and it's a good deal because she stays home with my son. I told you guys my wife is an ICU nurse. She works per diem and she only has to go to work once a month, right? And we save so much money on childcare by her just being home. Because in America, if you paying childcare is basically a whole salary. All right, so another reason why I'm stressing out to you guys to get rid of all your consumer debt, because then you can live off of one income, right? So like my wife, she picks up, but that's like when we're going on vacations. If we need some extra money, she'll pick up a few more shifts. But besides that, she does her requirement and that's it, all right? So that's my next line item. The next line item you see here is my 401k. So in the beginning of the year, I told you guys some easy math, right? To max out your 401k this year is $23,500, okay? I get paid bi-weekly, so that means I get 26 paychecks in a year. What I do is I divided $23,500 divided by 26, and that got me about $903, okay? So I was putting $903 bi-weekly into my 401k, but I had stopped for a month when I made that video. I don't know if you guys remember. It was basically why I'm not investing in 2025. And I focused on 1 month of just throwing more money into my to the principal of my mortgage. But then I said, you know what? I listened to a lot of you guys because a lot of you guys told me, yo, just do both, right? I told you guys I was going to get into that because you know what? Like I'm in my final year of my 20s. I'm 29 years old now. So basically, the money I invest right now is worth way more, and I'm not planning on retiring to the age of 60. I love what I do. I feel fulfilled being an ICU nurse. So this is why I'm just going to keep investing, and I'm not going to worry about it. I invest into a Roth 401k. I don't care what the stocks are doing, up or down, crash or drown. I'm down. All right, and that's a bar. I'm a rapper. But yeah, so I'm still down, and the reason why it's $1,000 is because I increased it. Since I had slowed down my contributions, I increased it to $1,000 so that this way I can still max it out by the end of the year. The next line item you see here is, it says Fritz, 200. I only give myself $200, okay, bi-weekly. I got to survive off of that, all right? So when I be telling you guys I don't have money to get a haircut, it's because I probably did some gas with my 200, like $50 worth of gas, or I probably bought some food at work, and then I don't have enough money left, so I can't get a haircut. But lately, I've been trying to get my haircuts first, and then I'd be surviving off of basically like $150 or whatever. Like, if I run out of money, I have to ask my wife for money out of her $1,000, and she'd be like, "Here you go, brokey." And I don't like that. So like I try to just stay down and just live off of the bare minimum, right? I don't need much. All I need is scrubs because the only place I go to is work, right? And I need some gas in my car and I need some food. And after that, I can survive off of that, okay? So guys, get rid of your consumer debt, right? You won't need much money to be happy, okay? And then the next line item you see here finally is the mortgage. It's I put $2,000 bi-weekly on the principal of my mortgage bi-weekly. All right, so guys, it'd be tough because sometimes I'll be looking at that like, yo, I want to put that into investments, especially right now, right? I want to be like, damn, I could buy either some Bitcoin or I could buy some, or I could just put it more into the S&P 500. But you know what, man? So that's that. Let me get this off the screen here. Like, I'm already increasing my equity within the stock market, right? I'd rather, look, when you pay off your house, you're playing defense. You're playing defense, you know. God forbid I get laid off, right? Because my mouth be mouthing up in this, right? I be talking that talk, and all it's going to take is somebody to see it and just say, you know what, Fritz, you talk too much, you're fired. Then what? What am I going to do if that happens? What am I going to tell my wife? You feel me? I feel like as a man, if you are a man, our mission is to give our family shelter. You know, we want to be a provider. You feel me? So I want to give the wife the deed to the crib. Like, here's the deed to the crib. God forbid anything happened to me. Nobody could kick you out. You don't have to worry about what the news say. Keep watching Miss Rachel. You don't even need to watch the news because we're good. Everything's paid for. Yeah, we got to keep up with property taxes and the HOA and all that stuff. But hey, we'll just add that to the bi-weekly budget, right? I mean, guys, I think it's amazing. I can only imagine the people right now who are just completely debt-free, how you living it up. It must be amazing. And this is why I'm making these videos, because there's not a lot of people I know who looks like me, who's Haitian, who's doing something like this. So I said, you know what? I got to be the first one. You know, I got to be the first one to talk this money talk with you guys because I want to inspire you guys. You don't have to keep your mortgage for 30 years, right? You don't have to keep it for 30 years. You know, get rid of the debt as soon as possible, as fast as possible. And this way you'll put yourself in a position to capitalize and win. You feel me? The reason why I'm putting up so much money to the, I'm trying to get rid of the debt so fast because I want to diversify, right? We got to get into crypto. You know, we got to get into more real estate. We got to get into all these different avenues. But the first thing you got to do is get rid of the debt, okay? Where you live, the place you call home, right? This place has to be my peace. Like, guys, I feel like, just like my father, I have that entrepreneur spirit, right? I want to get into, like, the family business my dad had in Haiti. I wanted to take over it. But Haiti right now is crazy. So I'm not stressing that out right now, but I kind of wanted to take over the family business, right? And there's a lot of things I want to do here in America, but I don't want to do it with debt. I want to be completely debt-free. I don't want to have to borrow another dollar from another man. Yes, I understand we could leverage and we could do this to make more money, but I don't care about more money. I care about my peace and my sanity, right? Being completely debt-free, all right? Sometimes I speak faster than my mind. But anyways, guys, this is what I'm showing you guys my budget, okay? I hope it helps you guys out. I hope it inspires you guys to, if you know, let me know if I did something wrong. Let me know if there's something I could adjust or tweak, right? I'm really thinking about your comments because the things you guys say in the comments really help me out, okay? It was somebody in the comments who told me, bro, you should go back into investing. And I listened to you. You know, I did the math. I was like, you're right. Let me continue investing, continue the dollar cost average, and at the same time, bust my ass to try to pay off this mortgage, okay? So, guys, that's what I'm doing with my paychecks. That's my budget right there. I hope this video was helpful. I know it's informative. I know I was talking fast. You might have to slow this one down. All right? My brother can talk. But I love and appreciate you guys. I already got to get ready for work, man. See that? Grindzity, baby. I got to head out. Peace. I mean, something's really different. Something's really specific. I mean, I really made a milli in a minute. I haven't made a milli in a minute. Maybe if I really make a minute. How much do you make in a minute? Boy, I make a lot. Listen, man, the dividend, I make a block. Oh my God, why are they trying to block my stock? Trying to cop a GameStop stock. But damn it, boy, did you make a milli in a minute? I don't know. Haven't been here in a minute. Haven't been in the zone, man. Yeah, I'm finished. And they let me off, man. Yeah, I'm finished.